Chad Hughes here from XDA TV, and today I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to get technical without being too technical. Just so everyone knows, I'm going to be using the most popular method of rooting HTC devices, unrevoked forever, in this video. I promise in the future I'll teach you how to root everything as you make requests, but right now we're going to get into some of the most popular devices on XDA-developers forums using one of the most popular rooting methods there are. All too often people are bombarded on xda-developers.com forums with being called noobs and things of that nature because they don't know how to do certain things because they don't have the technical background or experience. If I do say any terms that might seem a little weird, I'll be sure to explain them later on. My main point is to get you on the boat, to getting your ROM flashed, and get you on your way to having a brand new device, so to speak. First, we're going to want to talk about ROMs. Now, generally speaking, ROMs are these things that you're going to flash or install on your phone in layman's terms. And when you do that, they're going to change the functionality of your device. It can be faster speed, it can be a better look, it can be debloated. Debloated meaning that it'll get rid of the stock carrier apps that are provided with your phone in order to improve functionality. And it can always be lots of other things, but most of all, it's fun to do. Now, people always want to flash these ROMs, but they have trouble getting them on there. So what you're going to want to do is go to your device-specific forum. Now, make sure you go to your device's specific forum. Just because it's a Samsung Galaxy S device doesn't mean the Vibrant and the Fascinate will have interchangeable ROMs. It just doesn't work that way. Once you're in there, make sure you do lots of reading. There's a plethora of information in those forums, and once you go through them, you might have a better general understanding, or maybe even a better technical understanding, and then you can use people for help, or even this video, to help you generalize things and get it moving with your ROM. Once you read up on all that ROM stuff, you're going to want to go ahead and start finding your ROM you want to flash. Most people go with Cyanogen for their first time because it's very easy to flash, and they have their own website which you can download the ROM from, and it's easy to install. It's pretty much straightforward. Now, depending on your phone, Cyanogen might not be available, so you're going to have to check that out. But once again, that all goes along with going to your device-specific forum. You check it out. You can even check it out on the CyanogenMod website. There are different ROMs for each phone, so you can have somewhere from a Sense ROM all the way down to an AOSP ROM. You have to look for it. Once you find that ROM, I want you to download that ROM and make sure you put it in a nice location on your desktop, maybe even a folder, and you can call that folder I'm about to root. Now, the second thing you're going to want to do is root your phone. This is also device specific, so make sure you read up on this. You can use unrevoked to root a number of phones, such as the Desire, the HTC Droid Incredible, and also the HTC Evo 4G, as well as some other phones they support. You can look on their website, unrevoked.com. If your phone happens to be supported by Unrevoked, great! Download Unrevoked, follow the easy steps, and you'll have your phone rooted in no time. Sooner than later, I can guarantee it. The unrevoked method is an especially easy way to root your device, and it also provides the least amount of hiccups. So I would suggest that, especially if you're not very tech savvy. If you can't do it with unrevoked and say you need to use some type of scripting or maybe manual with ADB or things like that, read up on that. That's not something I would explain in this video because this is about being technical and doing it the easy way as opposed to the hard way. Once your device is rooted, you're going to want to go into recovery mode. Often people refer to this on XDA as CWM. People get confused by this acronym because they don't know it, simply because they haven't done anything like this before. ClockworkMod, or ClockworkMod Recovery, is used to flash zip files. Flashing is installing. Once you get into ClockworkMod Recovery, that is a confirmation that your phone has been rooted and you're on your way. I want you to restart your phone after this and just go back to the main screen. After you go back to the main screen, you're going to plug your phone into your computer with the USB cable that you use to charge your phone or connect it to your computer for data. Once you connect that cord to the computer, after that, you're going to open up that folder which houses your ROM that you downloaded prior. I want you to mount your phone as mass storage. What this means, or basically what this is doing, is putting your phone in mass storage mode so it's read as a hard drive, if you will, so that you can transfer files back and forth between the SD card and your computer, whatever your home computing device might be. After you do that, I want you to transfer that ROM file over to your phone. Now, there are a few ways you can do this. You can cut, paste, copy, paste, or you can even drag. Whichever way you decide to copy the ROM over to your phone, I want you to put it in the root of your SD card. That means the folder that first opens up. It'll say /SD card or something of the like. Once that's done, safely remove the device from your computer, turning off mass storage mode from your Android device. After you've done that and you've scoured the forums long enough, you'll probably know how to get your phone into recovery mode. It's usually a combination of the volume rockers and the power button. I know on HTC devices, this will bring you to the HBoot menu, and then from there, you can click the recovery option. And that is opposed to Samsung Galaxy S devices, which would have you hold both volume buttons, and then you hold the power button. Let go of the power button when you see the Samsung logo, but continue to hold the volume rockers just for safe measure. Eventually, you'll get into your recovery mode. Now that you're in recovery mode, you've most likely run into a green screen or a yellow screen. The yellow one uses Edify scripting, that's ClockworkMod 3.0 and up. The green screen is the older ClockworkMod 2.x, and that's a good one too. The red one on the Samsung Galaxy S devices is a Voodoo version of ClockworkMod recovery, and that's also 2.x. Either one of these will work. Edify scripting with the yellow one is a little bit more difficult to handle, but some ROMs will let you flash. If you've used unrevoked, you most likely have the green one, so you'll be okay for this video. Now what I want you to do next is get used to navigating that phone. You're going to have to use your phone a little bit, play around, try not to press anything crazy, and figure out what buttons correspond to certain actions. After that, you're going to want to back up all your stuff, because you don't want any of your stuff to go missing, or just in case something goes wrong. I'm not saying it will, okay, don't be scared to flash, but just in case anything does go wrong, you're going to want to have stuff backed up. So make sure you go to backup, restore on your phone, hit the corresponding action key depending on your phone, and then from there go to backup everything. Depending on the size of the files on your phone, this might take a long time or this might take a little bit of time. It all depends. Just wait it out. Everything's best when you wait. I promise. After you're done backing everything up, what I want you to do is go back to the beginning of ClockworkMod recovery and go to wipe data factory reset using the volume rockers to navigate as usual, and then you press the corresponding action key on your phone in order to select that. The reason we do this is because we do not want to compromise the integrity of the new ROM by having stuff from the old ROM left over. After you confirm that you want it done, it'll wipe everything off your phone. But don't fret, you've already backed everything up and you're installing a new ROM anyways, so you want a new, fresh, fast experience. Now after that's all done, you're going to go back to that ClockworkMod recovery menu again, and this is where the real fun begins. And when you get to that home menu, you want to go to Install Zip from Sdcard. Once you go to Install Zip from Sdcard, you're going to use the volume rockers to navigate to the bottom of the list, because there will be a few folders and things like that. And once you get to that bottom of the list, you'll definitely see the ROM file you just downloaded. Now remember to note the name of the zip file you downloaded, and hopefully, I hope you did not extract it, because I didn't tell you to. Once you get there, you're going to highlight that ROM and you're going to click the corresponding action key in order to install this ROM. It'll ask you if you're sure, and you're going to navigate up to it and click yes. And after you've clicked yes, it's going to take a little bit of time to install the ROM. Whenever you're installing a ROM, please, please, please do not remove the battery. There's a high chance that if you remove the battery, your phone will be bricked. After the install completes, you will go back to the home menu in ClockworkMod, and you will then click Reboot System Now. After you reboot your system, the device splash should pop up, and after that, it's going to take a little bit of time, but the ROM logo should pop up, or the ROM boot animation. Give it its time, and do not pull the battery. It takes a little bit of time for the phone to get adjusted to having this new stuff on it. Just imagine installing Snow Leopard on a Windows 7 based PC. It's not going to take so easily. It's going to take some time to adjust. Once your phone boots up completely, that's it. There's your ROM. Make sure you read the precautions for any ROM you download though, because they do state what works and doesn't work. And don't go flashing anything you have no business flashing, especially if you need certain features, like a camera or something like that. And that doesn't go to say that most ROMs don't have everything working. Lots of ROMs have lots of stuff working. You just have to make sure you read between the lines and all of the lines before you start galling complaints on the forums. There it is. You should have your ROM installed, flashed, everything's good. So what you're going to want to do is play around, get used to it, check it out, see if you like it or not, and then I encourage you to go check out some more ROMs. You can find out more about ROMs on the xda-developers.com forums, if you watch Azranock's weekly recap, or if you watch Newsplot with Sam Coplot. That's pretty much it, guys, and be gentle with your device. I hope this guide helped you out a little bit. It was more of a surface toucher, a little bit superficial, but it was really to bring some non-technical wording to the technical side of XDA developers for people who have popular phones that don't really know how to flash them, or that are new here and want to get on the bandwagon. This has been Chad from xda-developers.com, XDA TV. I'll see you in the next video.